Hey everyone, Brian Tro coming to you from Mossy Creek Fly Fishing with your fly fishing forecast. The date for today is Monday, December 18th. So great news. The whole state pretty much received a ton of rain Sunday night into this morning early. We had a big coastal storm come up the coast and everybody got water. The low ends around here are like an inch and a half and places on the east of the Blue Ridge, especially the east-facing sides, got anywhere from 2.5 to 3 inches of rain. So again, like I've been saying the last couple of weeks, we're clawing and climbing out of this drought. It doesn't happen overnight, but this is how it happens. It happens by just kind of consistently getting storm after storm, not having an inch fall real quick like a flash flood, but having it fall over 20 hours, 12 hours, and that's what we've been getting. So really good news. We'll have some pics coming out of some of the local streams. Some places are quite high. Other places are like just kind of starting to get up to normal and quite fishable for the day. So we'll kind of work through that in the report here. But yeah, just look out there for your water, your local water. Look at your stream gauges, call the shop to find out if it's a little bit too high. I would suspect heading up into the Blue Ridge today, especially on the east slopes of the Blue Ridge, you're going to have a lot of water coming in off the mountainside. So you may need to wait a day or two to let some of that come down. But all in all, really good news on the water scene, and hopefully we can just keep getting this. And as it gets colder, it'll probably just change from rainstorms to snowstorms, and those are great for helping us get out of the drought as well. So because of that, the state has been busy stocking some streams. So they're beginning, as I mentioned, to start opening up some of those delayed harvest waters that fly fishermen like so much. If you're not familiar with delayed harvest, it's a management plan that the state has. They typically use it on waters that don't necessarily hold trout year round. So it gets a little too hot in the summertime, but not always. But it's a really nice management plan. Basically, they come in the fall, stock fish, and then it's catch and release only. All fall, all winter, all spring, the fish are not able to be harvested until June, hence the name delayed harvest. So for those of you who love going and fly fishing in places where you don't have to necessarily worry did the fish get kept out of here or things like that, the delayed harvest streams are what you want to target. So for our customers up in Northern Virginia and around DC, some of your favorite DH streams in that area were opened up this week, like Acting Creek. So go on the state's site and check it out, but you've got a couple up in your neck of the woods that have opened up. Those places are really great for a quick little jump out to the stream. If you don't have time to make it down to the Shenandoah Valley or other places and you need a trout fix. But a little closer to home, some of our bigger streams are getting stocked. Stony Creek got stocked last week in Shenandoah County. Spring Run just got stocked over near Coursey Springs Hatchery. And then a lot of folks, one of their favorite DHs over in Bath County's Back Creek Delayed Harvest, and that's now opened up for the year. So that's over near the Jacks, and that's a lot of fun to fish as well. So if you're interested in fishing some of these streams or want to know more about them, how they're managed, exactly where they're located, give us a call or stop by the shop. We can help you out. We got the DeLorme topos here. We can go through the maps and make sure that you get to these spots because there's a lot of places in the state, particularly over in Highland and Bath County, where you don't have any service at all. So we want to make sure that when you're heading out there that you know exactly where you're going. So lots of DH water opening up. That's attractor nymphs. That's attractor streamers. So when I say attractors, a lot of times things are a lot of color to them. Things like creolexes. We just got reloaded up on creolexes this week. There's a bunch of those. Jig retrievers in kind of your hot colors. Fish that just get put in, they're attracted to those bright colors. They know how to chase fish. They want to chase streamers or just have, nymphs swung right to their mouth. So that's what you want to stock up for if you're going to some of the stocked waters or late harvest waters. If you're going and fishing for wild brook trout, native brook trout, you want to have a little bit more weight. We've been so droughty. We've been so careful about it, It's like I tell people when you're tying nymphs or buying nymphs, you need to have a pheasant tail. You need to have it unweighted, just no beat at all, for really spooky, clear, and low conditions. Then you have your your brass bead, which gives it a little bit more weight, right? And then you have your tungsten jigged nymph, which is even heavier and fishes upside down. Like, you need to have all those different stages of it so that you can fish at all these varying water levels, okay? And this is a good example of a week where you could still have some low spots, but you could also go to a stream that's really up and really moving and really deep. And, you know, you got to cut down and get to the bottom of those pools. As far as the forecast goes for this week, we're still on this roller coaster, okay? You know, it's 50 degrees, 56 degrees on Saturday, and then tomorrow the high is going to be about 33, and the wind's going to be blowing out of the northwest at 30 miles an hour. So you really got to pick your battles this time of year. Typical winter in Virginia, get a really nice day or two, and then it's going to get really gnarly and cold and windy, and going to be really challenging if you're trying to get out there and fly fish all day. So looks like it's moderating towards Christmas weekend coming up, which is awesome. A lot of people have off school. My kids are already out of school for vacation. So for those of you that have free time coming up on the holidays, it looks like after a cold shot tomorrow, Tuesday into Wednesday, it's going to start moderating again. And, you know, we're probably going to have air temps back up in the 50s, and the trout fishing should be quite good. So get out on those spring creeks too. They're starting to fill back up. There's a little bit of a lag on those, you know. Freestone streams get the water coming into them right away, all right? Spring creeks like Mossy rely on the groundwater and the aquifer filling back up. So it takes a little bit longer for them to kind of get closer to bank full. That being said, there's some color, a little bit of color in the stream, so that helps you, especially on bluebird sky days like today. You got a little bit of that color in the water. Same deal there, fishing little sculpin minnows, fishing little mad toms, fishing some small nymphs, and then having a couple of betas on hand in case there's a small hatch or a couple of risers. As far as the larger rivers go, check your gauges. They're going to be rocking and rolling pretty well. But we'll have to see for the muskie. We might start to get, for the first time all year, we might start to get some of that good green colored water that maybe stays around for a little while. That margarita green that we like so much, that's got that just enough color that the muskie can see your fly plenty far away, but they're just not going to be nearly as spooky of the boat, of you. And that's the color that we haven't really had a lot of, just fleeting little moments throughout the fall. And so really hoping to get some of that stain or that kind of greenish hue to the water for this week. Get out there. For those of you who like getting out musky fishing, watch your USGS gauges. You know, we want to be on the downswing, having it drop a little bit. And hopefully those fish are ready to eat. So that's pretty much it. The mountain trout fishing is receiving much more needed rain, like we talked about in the past. For those of you who are really concerned about protecting the longevity of some of these fish in their nests, if you want to go fishing for brook trout, but you want to be really careful, you just need to be mindful not to get in the water. Or if you do, make sure you're in places where you know there's no chance they could have spawned. And that'll help out. So we've got a lot going on for Christmas. For those of you who aren't quite done with your shopping or having full-fledged 5-alarm fire because you haven't gotten anything yet, we're here. We got all kinds of stuff. We have great clothes. We've got flannels. We've got solar shirts. We've got hats, gloves. We can put together fly assortments for your favorite angler in your life. We've always got services, guide trips, beginner classes, etc., that people just absolutely love getting throughout the year. Giving them some good quality time on the water. Rod outfits, we've got tons of stuff on sale, So some of you have been taking advantage of that through the online sales that we've had the last week or so. But we're going to be here all week. Staff is coming in early in the mornings, boxing stuff up from all of our online orders and getting them out the door quickly. You're on a little bit of a tight frame now between now and Christmas to make sure everything gets in. But particularly if you live close to Virginia, you place an order today or tomorrow, we should be able to get it to you as long as the Postal Service and UPS cooperate. And we're open on Christmas Eve. So I'll be here as usual on Christmas Eve, making sure all the guys have a day off. But we'll be here till at least 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve. So don't put it off till then, but swing on by. We got great stuff here in the shop. And get out on the water. It should be good. Thursday, Friday, Saturday look really nice. So I'll catch you all again after the holidays. Merry Christmas, everybody.